D1, we're in 6 no trump. We get a heart lead. East, open 2 hearts in first seat. So if we can score 5 diamond tricks, we have 5 diamonds, 3 clubs, 2 hearts, and a spade. We're also going to need a squeeze. The diamond suit combination is pretty straightforward. We just want to lead the jack on the first round. If West has singleton or doubleton king, it doesn't really matter what plan we choose, but if West has king third, we do want to lead the jack first. And then, I mean, the basic idea is going to be to unblock the spade ace and play for a Vienna coup, or play for a simple squeeze against East, who hopefully has the king of spades along with their 6-card hearts. All right. Sorry. I unblocked the ace of spades. We haven't rectified the count, so a simple squeeze isn't going to work, but we can play for a strip squeeze. Okay, actually the fact that this is D1 makes me think that the letters are also in increasing order of difficulty, because for a lot of the previous letters, they didn't start introducing squeezes in level 4 until like midway through or towards the end. But a strip squeeze is actually a little bit complicated. Anyway, we have to count the heart suit. So East pitches a heart. They have 4 more hearts in their hand, 3 more hearts in their hand, 2 more hearts in their hand. Now we can cash the clubs and go ace of hearts and exit a heart. And hopefully East will have to lead away from the king of spades. Yeah, so don't always trust that a preemptor can't have any of the missing aces and kings. Sometimes it's your only way to play for the contract, or at least your best chance of making it. But strip squeeze, we have seen that one before. That was kind of an introduction to strip squeeze problem. Jack of clubs lead against 6 spades. The weak 2 in hearts marks East with the king of spades. You think because the Gib couldn't possibly have opened 2 hearts if they didn't have that card? Or whoever does the bidding for these things? You might be right. Wow. This hand... We have some issues, don't we? I mean, we can squeeze West in the... Man, wait a second. Like, what can we actually do here? Okay. Oh, boy. Yeah, reminiscent of the ace-king 5th of spades is not enough for a 1 spade overcall board. Yep, it's exactly like that. Okay, there was no bidding. We, in fact, were able to bid Gerber with our hand, which is important. 6 spades. I mean, we have a club loser, and it looks like we have a diamond loser. I'm trying to construct any layout of the hand where we can make our contract. I mean, certainly ace doubleton of clubs and ace sand would be a big help. The issue that I'm thinking is, like, even if West has the king, queen of diamonds and club length, if I play the king of clubs here, East might just return a diamond, and that's gonna break up the communication for a squeeze to work. Like a squeeze against West. I mean, we might need to play for ace doubleton of clubs and East hand. That's not friendly. Okay, listen, at the table, I think it's actually very clear to play the king of clubs at trick one, because East is unlikely to switch to diamonds if they're looking at a bunch of small diamonds. I don't think any human defender would switch to a diamond in this situation. Also, West might have just like led the king of diamonds, but anyway, like, so I think this simple squeeze against West, playing them for 5 clubs and the king, queen of diamonds, might actually be effective. So what happens? Let's say I do play the king of clubs and he switches to a diamond. I have to win the ace, otherwise we're just down immediately. And then what? There's just no hope, right? There's no hope of any squeeze working. I mean, the opponents are just going to be able to discard all of their hearts, and then if we run the hearts, we've kind of cut communication between our hand and the dummy. I don't like this. I mean, if the solution is to play for ace doubleton of clubs, I hate this problem. But I think that's our only legitimate chance. Like, it would be completely different if we were 2-2 in the minors. Then we could play the king of clubs, and when they win and return a diamond, we have communication in clubs. I don't know. I'm going to play low. I hate this problem. This problem is stupid. I almost don't even want to get a star on this one. This is dumb. Alright, well, we're here now. We've made our contract. Way to go, us. You had a hand on Friday where your only legitimate chance was to hope that the opponents had forgotten you showed short diamonds in the auction. How did you show short diamonds? Did you open a no trump? Got him. I don't know. That hand was dumb. We'll move on. But it is fascinating to me. So they started out with a strip squeeze on D1, and then D2 was just if you have knowledge that no squeeze is going to work without entries, and that a diamond switch would kill your entries, you had to play for this ace doubleton of clubs. These have felt fairly advanced. I'm a little terrified of what's going to happen on the rest of the deals, but we'll see. We'll keep going. 10 of diamonds lead against 4 hearts. To the king, and East plays the ace of diamonds. Okay, so we have we've lost a diamond. We can lose a heart and a club. I mean, it looks like we should just rough this and duck a trump. We don't have any losers outside, so our only real concern is if, like, trumps split really badly and we get tapped a few times. And so we can avoid this problem by ducking the first round of trumps, and then if they play a diamond, we'll have a hardened dummy to be able to protect us. So now we can just reject the club finesse and pull trumps. Trumps were 4-1. And then knock out the king of clubs. Hey, the club finesse was working all along. I bet if we took the club finesse, they would have told me that, like, trumps were 3-2 and East had a singleton club and we're just going down. 1 club, 2 clubs invitational, 2 diamonds minimum, 2 hearts asking, 2 no short diamonds, 5 clubs, spade lead, you win. So let's see, you have a heart loser, a diamond loser, and that's about it. You just need to take 2, a couple of heart finesses. Ooh, you cash the ace of clubs and clubs are 4-0. That's a problem. Did you make the contract? Important question. Yeah, they can play 2 rounds of diamonds tapping you, exactly. D4. No, they remembered the auction. That's too bad. I hate it when the opponents remember the auction. That just makes bridge so hard. We get to 3-0. There's no bidding. East didn't find an overcall. So we have 3 spades, 3 hearts, and 1 club. This looks like a suit combination problem. Yeah, if people get to 3-0 and they also don't remember the auction, they're never going to lead 4th best. It's a real problem. People are listening to Gib opening leads too much. So what are my chances if I try and set up diamonds? Probably not as good as going after clubs. Like, I pick up all 3 2-club splits, and I'm gonna make against a lot of 4-1 club splits. Okay. So let me think about how to best approach the club suit. Like, can I pick up both singleton honor in East hand as well as king, queen, jack, 4th in West? I win the queen of spades, I lead a club to the 10. East wins, returns a spade, I cross and heart. I can't pick up both, so I should play club to the ace. And then, I guess, lead the 10 of clubs off of North's hand. I really don't have the opportunity to play for both clubs and diamonds to come home, though, do I? Like, if clubs are 4-1 and they score 3 club tricks, they can just take 2 diamonds and I go down. But yeah, playing on diamonds looks like much, much worse than going after clubs. So, okay, have I decided ace of clubs, 10 of clubs is my line of play? What if I win the king of spades and lead the 10 of clubs? Is that better? That might be a little better. I think that does pick up both 4-1 splits. Yeah, okay, this is a little better. You're off to enjoy board games. Have a good time. Thanks for stopping by, Brad. So East wins the Jack, returns a spade, but now we have 2 entries to basically take club finesses. So we were in fact able to pick up both singleton, honor, and East hand, as well as small singleton with this line of play. Usually that's going to be the way things are. If you kind of work out that your best plan in the suit is to just like cash a high card from one hand, then you don't need to like squander entries to the other hand. Like here I was thinking of winning the spade queen and just leading a club to the ace, which would have been percentage if I had to do that for whatever reason, like if South had a singleton queen of spades instead of queen doubleton. But we got a little bit of an extra chance by being able to preserve that queen of spades entry. 2-0, 3-0, 10 of hearts lead. We have, looks like 7 tricks off the top. So we have 4 diamonds, 2 hearts, and the ace of spades. Okay. Yep. Well, let's see what happens at trick 1. We have 8 tricks now. Okay. I mean, I see a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but I see a plan. I could duck 2 rounds of spades. We would like to lead a club to the king to get our 9th trick, right? We have 4 diamonds, 3 hearts, and the ace of spades. But if I just like play a spade to the ace right now, and then lead a club, even if the ace of clubs is on side, the opponents might be able to score 3 spade tricks from there. So instead, I can protect against East having 3 spades with the club ace by ducking 2 rounds of spades before playing a spade to the ace and leading a club up. Now, that's the only legitimate layout where the opponents couldn't have done anything to beat me. If East has 4 spades, there's really nothing I can do. I mean, unless West has like king, queen, third, I could play a spade to the ace and then lead a club, and the spades would be blocked. It comes down to a little bit of a weird question, right? Because West on the auction 2-0, 3-0 led from 10 fourth of hearts, as opposed to leading a spade from a 4-card holding. And I mean, if East had spade length, would they have continued by playing a heart back at trick 2, or would they switch to spades to try and set up their own spade suit? So, I mean, another layout we could make against would be if West has honor doubleton of spades. We could just play a spade to the ace right now and lead a club. The spade suit would be blocked. I I mean, I think the answer they want me to give is to duck 2 rounds of spades before taking the club finesse. But I'm not sure which line of play is better, because we have alternatives, and I really just don't know. I could strip the hearts and the diamonds first. As long as no one has 5 cards in either red suit. I mean, obviously I can cash 2 hearts right now, and then I can cash 4 diamonds, just pitching clubs from North's hand, and then duck a spade. That's a little bit better. I'm still going to pick off Honor Doubleton with West's hand. Oh, that's not true. Well, it kind of is true. When I play a spade, if West tops up with an honor, then I can just lead a club. Sorry, win the ace and then lead a club. And if West doesn't pop up with an honor, I just play low. East wins, plays back a spade. West's honor pops up, I play low again. And now West is down to just clubs. Okay, I'm going to try this plan. I really don't know what's best. Nothing's really jumping out to me. So let's see. Can't cash diamonds. I won't see if they split 5-2 before the 3rd round. Well, if they do split 5-2, then I cannot cash the 4th round. Oh, you're right. You're totally right. That's a good point. I was thinking I could do all of it and then still just, you know, cross spades and lead a club to the king, but then I wouldn't be able to duck 2 rounds of spades. You're right. I don't know. I mean, whatever. It just let's do this, and let's do this. I'm sure that this is the answer they want, so I guess let's just do it. Yeah, I don't know. Right? Like, West here could have led 4th best from their longest and strongest and beat the contract. And they didn't. They led a heart instead. Which, I mean, maybe you could argue a heart is the best lead. But these are the kinds of questions that we have to ask when they give us, like, this auction and a heart lead, and it turns out West only has 4 hearts. I don't know. Well, I mean, we correctly identified their line of play. It's just, who knows what's right. On to deal 6. Queen of Hearts lead. We are in 3 no trump. So we have 2 hearts. We have not a lot of time. We have really not a lot of time. Because whenever we lose the lead, the opponents are going to be able to immediately play a 2nd heart, and then we just have to cash out from there. I wonder if this is another, like, find the best percentage plan, because there's a couple of options. Heart to the ace. All right, let's check for a singleton queen of clubs, yeah? This one's cute. You don't think it's level 4? It kind of depends, right? Like, deal 1 and deal 2 in this set were, like, massively complicated and probably should not have been at the start of a section. And then things have become much easier. Like deal 3 was very easy. Deal 4 was pretty easy. Deal 5 was, I don't know, deal 5 was a little bit complex. You have to think of this concept of like cutting communication in spades on your own. So our two options are basically we can try for ace doubleton of diamonds, and if not, we can fall back on queen doubleton of clubs, which is like okay. Or we could try and use 2 diamond entries to get over to the north hand, like leading a diamond to the jack and then leading a diamond to the king. And if West has the ace of diamonds, we can take club finesses when we get over there. And we can do those variety of things in any order, but the objective is just to try and find the correct order for this hand. Now, I think it's probably worthwhile to point out that this kind of diamond holding lends itself to a really, really clever play that I'm going to attribute to Justin Lahl, because he was the first one I heard of who made this play. So imagine you're east and you have like ace third of diamonds, right? And at trick 2, let's say Declare hadn't played the ace of clubs out of hand, but they just won the queen of hearts with the ace, and then led the 10 of diamonds out of hand, and when your partner played low, they played the king from dummy. What would you do with ace third? It kind of looks like Declare might have misguessed the diamond suit, and for another thing, they're really desperate to get a dummy entry. Like, imagine you were sitting over here with the king of spades. Wouldn't you be a little bit afraid? Or if you were sitting over here with the queen of clubs, wouldn't you be a little bit afraid of ducking this trick and letting Declare then like take a club finesse or a spade finesse? You'd probably win, play back a heart because it's safe, and now Declare is just gonna run the diamond suit. So I think that winning the ace of hearts at trick 1 and leading the 10 of diamonds to the king is honestly like a pretty sensible plan. Now, on the actual hand, if we were to get 4 diamonds and 2 hearts along with the ace king of clubs, we only have 8 tricks. So for that reason, we're already going to need the club suit to come home, and that means we need to take a club finesse. So we may as well like play a diamond over to dummy and try and get over there to take some club finesses, because 5 clubs, 2 diamonds, and 2 hearts would be good enough. So let's do it. Let's play the 10 of diamonds to the jack and a club to the jack. West shows out, which means we're now going to need to be able to get back to North's hand. And we can do that by overtaking the queen of diamonds. So they prevented us from gaining our long diamonds and dummy, but we were able to use those 2 entries to take club finesses. This one's all about just like counting your tricks. 1 spade past 2 spades. You get the queen of diamonds lead, huh? Well, looks like... Feels like a somewhat complicated hand. I mean, we'll play low at trick 1, I guess. Whoa. Queen of spades switch. That was unexpected. That was very unexpected. Well, I assume that means West has queen jack 9 or queen jack 9 fourth in spades. So East is turned up with the ace of spades and ace of diamonds. They didn't bid, but they didn't really have a good opportunity to do so. I mean, I guess East could have made a takeout double of spades if they had singleton ace. I don't know if the 2 spades will ever be important, but I guess I may as well unblock the 5 just in case. 6 of spades return, huh? Okay. So deal 6 actually has a different variation if someone else turns up with the diamond ace. Interesting. Okay, West has the Jack 9 of spades left. I mean, we're at risk of losing 2 hearts and a club from here. Yeah, but Zero-kun, there's no way that we can make it if East has ace-third of diamonds in that scenario. I mean, we can make it if East has ace doubleton, but that is less likely than playing West for ace-third. I mean, it's 9 tricks if East has ace doubleton, but you then go down if West has ace third, because you can't get back over to dummy to take the club finesse. You get 2 diamonds, 4 clubs, and 2 hearts, and that's it. Yeah. It's you could probably set up a hand where you can do both, but not on this layout of the cards. I haven't figured this one out yet. Because I'm in danger of losing another spade, 2 hearts, because they can pull dummies trumps. I can't get a ruff, and a club. I did. Yeah. We have had hands similar to that in the past, where you try and set up a long suit and dummy, but they duck to prevent you from having the entries, and then you can switch to a different suit to collect all of your tricks. Those are useful skills to work at. I really can't figure this one out, so let me see. Like, I'm tempted to play the king of spades and take a club finesse. If the queen of clubs is on side, I can ruff 3 diamonds in the south hand. And so we make our contract that way. I mean, I'm definitely playing the king of spades. I don't know. I mean, that doesn't feel like a very satisfying solution to the problem. But, you know, like if we play a club over, ruff a diamond, club over, ruff a diamond, club over, ruff a diamond, then we've kind of reversed the dummy and we make the contract. We don't get the same kind of extra thing if East has the club queen. But don't we just always make this if we guess the queen of clubs? So that's what's unnerving to me about that line of play. I'm like scoring an over trick if West has the queen of clubs. Yeah. Oh, this line of play works even if East has the Queen of Clubs. See, when I finally started thinking about what I was saying, we're scoring an over trick. It's irrelevant if the Queen of Clubs is with West. We just need to prevent West from getting on lead before we can ruff 3 diamonds. So if I play a club to the 9 or 8 or whatever, and East wins, they switch to hearts, but we win the ace of hearts, and then we have 3 club entries to North's hand to ruff 3 diamonds. Okay. Yes. This has all worked out. So yeah, now we just need to carefully, overtake our clubs to score enough entries to North's hand to make sure we can ruff 3 diamonds. If West ever roughs in at any point, then we can ruff a hardened dummy. Like this. So 2 spades made 2. Actually a really clever avoidance play. I don't know if I've seen something like that before. I mean, I probably have, I just don't recall it. It doesn't come up very often, but yeah, it was really cool. It's like we can take the finesse and develop extra entries to North's hand, even if it loses, to do the thing we need. At least my instincts were right. I was like, I don't know, it makes sense to me to just take a club finesse into East, which worked. On to deal 8. West has overcalled 2 spades, showing, like 18 points and a 7-card suit or whatever. I mean, I have the feeling that that's what they have to make an overcall. We're in 5 clubs, we have 2 spade losers, we have to deal with our 4th round of hearts, also have to get back to our hand to be able to pull trumps. King of spades, ace of spades. Wow, ace, king, queen, 5th. And the jack of diamonds switch. Okay. So if clubs are 3-1, our plan is going to be to just play ace, king of hearts, ruff a heart, ruff spades back to hand, which will always be safe, and then pull trumps, and we're good. Our only worry is that clubs could be 4-0. Well, if West has 4 clubs, I mean, we might be able to make it by taking a diamond finesse right now, but that would effectively be our only chance, and that's way too much of a risk to play West for 4 clubs. But if East has 4 clubs, we can still maybe make it by roughing a heart in North's hand, as long as we can do that at trick 11, where we can later trump coup East. So for that reason, we should probably win the ace of diamonds and ruff a diamond immediately. And now we can test the trumps. Clubs are 4-0. But that's okay. We can ruff another diamond. Ace of hearts, king of hearts. And now that East has followed to 2 hearts, we don't even need to worry about a trump coup for the most part. See, you might think, oh, this is good, we can cash the queen of hearts, ruff a heart, ruff a, well, whatever. Anyway, we can now actually just like effectively high cross ruff the hand is gonna be the idea. I guess a trump coup does happen here. But the important thing was like, dummy also was going to be ruffing with high trumps, so East couldn't do anything to stop us from making our 11 tricks. I don't think I explained that one well. We'll move on to the next one. Hopefully people understood. We're in 6 diamonds. We get the king of hearts lead. No opposition bidding, but the opponents do have 9 hearts between them. King of Hearts lead, huh? So, I mean, we should definitely rough this trick in the dummy. Like, if we discard, they're just going to continue playing hearts. They're going to be like, oh, that went really well. Let's keep playing this suit. And that's not going to help us. So if diamonds are 3-1 and clubs are 5-2 or better, I think we have mostly a claim. Our main concern is probably going to be if diamonds are 4-0. But we should definitely test the diamond suit. East plays the ace of hearts on that trick. I'm sorry, that is not a realistic way that trick 1 has gone. Like, there's no chance that an opponent has like 8 hearts or something and would dump it. Okay, whatever. Anyway, we're moving on. Let's test the diamond suit. If diamonds are 4-0, we're gonna have some trouble. But I think it is important to test diamonds. Okay, diamonds are 3-1. So my thought process here is if I can arrange to take 3 clubs, ruff a heart, and pull trumps, we make the contract. So I think I can just lead the jack of clubs right now. Obviously, if clubs are 6-1, they're gonna get a club ruff, maybe. And I'll go down. But if the jack of clubs holds, I can then I guess it's a little unclear. Like, I can cross to the spade king and ruff a heart and pull a second trump, but now I need to somehow get back to the south hand. Right, so it's not entirely obvious how I plan the play from there. But if the jack of clubs loses, and they play back a trump, I win, I cross to the 10 of clubs, I ruff a heart, cross to the king of spades, I pull trumps, and then I cross to the spade ace to pitch my heart losers on the ace king of clubs. I mean, it's very difficult for them to duck the jack of clubs, I think. Anyway, I mean, this seems like the play. Okay, they just win the queen, which makes things easy, I think. Right, so now we go king of spades, heart, ruff, pull a trump, club to the 10 holding. Yeah! Now we can pull the last trump and then pitch our heart losers. I don't know what the right line of play is if they duck the jack of clubs. I mean, obviously, that's kind of nice, right? We've scored a club trick without losing one. But it does make our job a little bit more complicated from there. Well, anyway, 6 diamonds made. Kind of a cute hand. I would have been curious to see what they wanted us to do if diamonds had split 4-0. Probably need the club finesse in that scenario, but also there's a bit of communication trouble. On to 10. Club pass a heart, Westover calls a spade. Sure. We get to 6 hearts. King of spades lead. Okay. Yeah, it's, I mean, this might be a somewhat obvious scenario for ducking the jack of clubs. You know, I kind of want, hold on, let's, I want to see their explanation, actually. Do I want to see their explanation? Not really. But yeah, it can be right to duck, but sometimes it's just like, you know, declare is trying to create an entry to do something, but you might be able to figure out that that entry doesn't help them, right? Like if they're trying to create an entry to finesse you for a card and you just don't have it, then when you duck the trick, they like revert to a different plan that actually works. So you want to be careful in that case. But yeah, here we were basically just trying to create an entry to ruff a heart. We're in 6 hearts, we get the king of spades lead, we have so if I can ruff 2 diamonds in North's hand, we can make this. But we would also need to get back to our hand to pull trumps. I wonder if I should be ducking trick 1. Let me think. Okay. If I win the ace of spades, and I go ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, I also don't know if I need to cash the king of diamonds at any point. It's not easy to time the play on this one. Ducking trick 1 definitely helps our cause a little bit, but it would feel very scary if spades happened to be 6-1. They would just get a ruff immediately. Let me see. If I duck the first spade, and they continue a spade, let's say, we win, we go ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, ace queen of hearts. Let's say they don't split. East turns up with the heart length, then I can go ace king of clubs, club ruff, diamond ruff, spade ruff, pull trumps. If West turns up with the heart length, I can then, rather than trying to get back to hand in clubs, I can ruff spades to hand. I'm just trying to prevent an opponent from discarding a diamond before I can ruff my 3rd diamond in the dummy. So does this require ducking the first trick? So what happens if I go king of spades, I win the ace, I go ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, ace queen of hearts. Yeah, I don't have a way back to hand immediately, so I think I do need to duck trick 1. It's not too scary. West will frequently be preempting with a 6-card suit here, especially when they have no values of any kind, but it could depend. I mean, if dummy had better spade spots, we might expect that West could have like king, queen, 9, 8, 6th or something, and would only want to overcall at the 1 level, not risk getting doubled in 2 spades. I think I'm going to duck the first trick. Great, good news. Okay, so now our plan is basically to try and determine who has the long hearts to figure out how we want to return to hand. What? No, man, come on. This hand was difficult enough if I don't have to worry about a 4-0 trump split. This was not an easy hand to play. Well, I'm just down now. They have a natural trump trick. Okay, apparently ducking trick 1 was incorrect. I really like ducking trick 1. I think it's a good plan. Alright, well, let's see about this. King of spades, I mean, obviously they want us to win the ace to guard against a 4-0 trump break. So I really don't like this. Yeah, I really, really don't like this. I think this line of play is bad, winning the ace of spades at trick 1. I mean, we can pull a trump and go diamond to the ace, diamond ruff, I guess. Okay, cool. Hearts are 4-0, got it. There was no bidding. Well, Westover called a spade, but... So now we probably need a very specific layout of East's hand to be able to make it, given that we have a trump loser. We're going to need to score 12 tricks before East gets their trump. So how do we kind of plan the play on this one? It would be nice to ruff a bunch of diamonds in North's hand, and I guess that's essentially what we're going to try and do. Man, this is so much worse as well because I can't ruff spades in my hand. What? Okay, anyway, let's just count our tricks, right? So if we get 2 diamonds and 2 diamond ruffs, that's 6 more tricks. 2 clubs and 2 club ruffs is, well, brings us up to 10, and then we have the ace king of hearts. Okay, let's do it. We made it. Way to go, us. Alright. Let's look. I think I like my line of play, actually, on this one. So they lead the king of spades against 6 hearts. South wins West spade opening lead with the ace. Do they say anything about this? And should continue by blah, 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 blah. Okay, no, this is... I think this is really bad. I believe they've overlooked the issue of, like, getting back to our hand when trumps are 3-1. It's not as if we can just, like, guarantee that if trumps are 3-1, we can claim. They had another mistake on one of these hands previously, I think in the level 3 deals that we looked at, where it was like they completely ignored the potential of a 3-0 trump split, which would have sank the contract on their line of play. I'll keep reading for a second. West discard is a rude shock. East does a natural trump trick, blah, 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 blah. Okay. There was no discussion about 3-1 trumps or anything else. I don't know, am I missing something? Is it just like, are we just cold if trumps are 3-1? We win the ace of spades, go ace king of diamonds, or go ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, ace of hearts, queen of hearts. But now we need to get back to our hand in clubs. By roughing the 3rd round, clubs could be 5-2. And then even after roughing the 3rd diamond, we need to get back to our hand again, and we're going to have to give up a spade at that point. And that's really bad. I think they made a big miss on this one. I believe my original plan was correct. And I don't think it's particularly close. Like, guarding against a 4-0 trump split has to be way less valuable than picking off essentially every 3-1 trump break. Oh well. On to number 11. 4 spades. So, Oh, there's bidding. Look at this. West has made a takeout double and has led a trump. I am wagering that trumps are 3-1. Okay. So I'm seeing kind of a general plan, right? Given that West has made the takeout double, we expect them to have all of the missing aces. So we have diamond loser, club loser, and at least 1 heart loser. But we can't really afford to take the heart finesse, and we actually just don't have any way of like dumping all of North's hearts so that we only lose 1 heart trick, which means we're going to have to end play West or potentially score 2 club tricks somehow. I mean, if West has 3 diamonds, I see a way I can make the contract. I don't think I can make it if West has more than 3 diamonds, though. But let's talk through kind of the idea here. If I can strip the diamond suit and the club suit somehow from our hands and then throw West in, they might have to lead a heart away from the ace. They won't be able to lead diamonds or clubs anymore. So I can kind of do that, right? Like imagine I play 4 rounds of diamonds and I pitch a club from North's hand, and somehow I'm able to win a club trick without West taking their ace. Then I can just exit a club, West will have to win the ace, I'm out of clubs, out of diamonds, they have to lead hearts, or give me a rough sluff. And now that we've kind of hit upon that plan, we can set up a club trick without West winning the ace, right? If we lead the 2 clubs out of our hand and West wins the ace, then we'll have 2 club tricks. We can ditch a heart loser. And if West doesn't win the ace, then hopefully we'll be able to do the thing we want. The issue is that we're going to need to knock out the diamond ace before this happens. Because if we lead a club to the queen, like pull trumps and lead a club to the queen immediately, West will just duck. And then when they get in with the diamond ace, they'll go ace of clubs club. And that'll ruin our entire plan. So we need to knock out the diamond ace first. But in doing so, what would happen if West happens to have ace 4th of diamonds? Well, we play a diamond, they duck. We play a second diamond, they duck. And then when we play a 3rd diamond, they win and play a 4th round of the diamond suit. Now, remember, it's going to be important for us to discard a club so that we can strip the club suit from the north-south hands on this trick. But now when we lead the 2 of clubs towards the queen, West can, because we don't have queen 3rd anymore and we only have queen doubleton, West will be able to win the ace and return a club and playing us. So I think the only shape we can make against is if West is, assuming this is from a singleton, if West is 1-4-3-5. But let's see what happens. So 7 of spades, we win the jack. Okay, West could be 2-4-3-4 as well. And this makes our life a little bit easier. Should be leading low from a doubleton trump, but here we are. I mean, regardless, we need to knock out the ace of diamonds, so let's do it. Okay, West wins the ace, which makes our job a little bit easier. Diamonds are 3-3, and now we can successfully take our line of play. We lead a club to the queen, cross back in trumps. I wonder if we needed trumps 2-2 for this to work as well. But now we can see we've kind of set up the required end position. West gets end played into leading hearts. Did I need 2-2 trumps? Maybe I did. Let me think. Yeah, I did. So I actually needed West to be exactly 2-4-3-4 in shape. Otherwise, we can't make this against best defense. Huh. Well, they had it, which was very nice of them. That's really cool. On to board 12. 4 hearts in the south. We get a club lead, which does not look like the best start for the defense. So I have 2 spades and a club to lose, but the only concern is, what about that 4th round of spades? There's no bidding, right? No bidding from the opponents. I mean, obviously dummy has high trumps, so we should be able to ruff the 4th round of spades high. We don't want to... Yeah, I was going to say we don't want to just go ace of spades, spade, I don't think. Because then an opponent can play a second club. We might be able to win. You know what, now I'm second guessing myself. I actually don't see the problem with going ace of spades, spade immediately. Oh, West could be shortened spades and clubs. Okay, that's the main problem. Yes, West could be shortened spades and clubs. So if I go ace of spades, spade, it's possible West is led from a doubleton club, and then East can cash 2 more spades, and then West will pitch a club, and then East leads a club, and West roughs my king. So does that mean I should go ace king of clubs immediately, and then ace of spades, spade? Probably. Let me just think this one through. I don't see any way to make the contract if clubs are 5-1. I guess that's not entirely true if East has, well, East can't have a singleton club. West led the jack, so East is marked with the queen. Yeah, if West has a singleton club, I don't see any way to make the contract, so I think I should cash this at trick 2. And then go ace of spades and a spade. And now there's nothing they can do to prevent us from roughing the 4th round of spades and dummy. And we have the rest. We have our straight flush and hearts at the end of the hand. I have not really been paying attention to beer possibilities, all of the different types of beers, including the dark rums. I don't think we had any 7s that were worthy of taking the last trick on some of these deals. On to D13, we get to 6 hearts. Queen of spades opening lead. We've seen a similar problem before. I remember there was one where we had like ace, queen, jack, 4th ups at 3 small, and there was a side ace, queen, doubleton. And so the idea is that, you know, we're always making when the king is on side because, I mean, we need to be a little bit careful about managing our entries, but I'll come there in a second. We can cash the ace on the first round with suit and then lead up towards the queen, jack a couple of times, setting up the 4th round to ditch a diamond. But we'll also pick off a king doubleton with East by cashing the ace first and leading up towards the queen, as long as we can strip the spade suit. So let me see. We win the queen of spades with the ace, and that's going to be our basic plan. Let's pull trumps. Okay. Queen of hearts, spade to king, spade ruff, ace of clubs, overtake the jack of hearts with the ace, club to the queen, play the two of hearts to come back to hand, and then lead a club up towards the jack. I think this is the plan. Did I totally called out the plan, unblock the ace of clubs first, and now cross back to hand. There we go. Now everything's fine. So now if East had King Doubleton, they're end played into giving us a rough sluff or leading a diamond into the ace queen. But yeah, this is actually the exact same hand. And I think that previous one was a level 3 deal. So it goes to show that they forgot their level system by putting these in 2 separate levels, which is kind of amusing. All right, deal 14. We get a 2 diamond preempt from East. We get the 9 of diamonds lead. Well, I better win trick 1, otherwise we're gonna get a diamond ruff. So I guess we can do that first. And now we can think about what to do next. Okay. I mean, if trumps are 3, 2, I see. Okay, I have a theory as to what I should be doing. So if we can ever pull trumps, we can always lead a diamond up towards the queen to for spade discard. But we're left with a bunch of small clubs, and I think we should start by trying to ruff clubs in the south hand. So I think that's going to be the start of the plan, is to go club to the king, club to the ace, club ruff high in our hand. And then we'll cross back to North's hand again in trumps and ruff another club high. There's no real bidding. Yeah, I'm wondering if the 7 of hearts will come into play. Like, might we need to take a finesse of the 7 of hearts later? Well, let's see what happens. So we can make if we guess the heart suit at this point. East has turned up with 6 diamonds and 4 clubs. Right, so like if we wanted to play for 3-2 hearts, we could just play a heart to the king, cash the 9 of hearts, pulling trumps, and lead a diamond up. If we wanted to play for 4-1 hearts, we play a heart to the 7, pull all the trumps, pitching a spade and a diamond, and lead a diamond up. Do I have any reason to suspect that one is more likely than the other? I mean, it's not like West passed in first seat with a 6-card spade suit that they would have preempted. I don't know. I really don't know the answer to this. This is probably one of those things that's like very close in percentage, and it's honestly a lot more about table feel some of the time. I would take the heart finesse, I guess, in real life, so I guess I'm going to do that now. Okay, I do want to see what they say about this one, because I'm not sure why they believe that that's the right thing to do at the end of the hand. So, they lead the 9 of diamonds. Yeah. The South wins dummy's ace. And then South's basic plan is to ruff clubs in the closed hand, later lead towards the diamond queen. We figured that out. Careful timing is required in the not unlikely event that West was dealt 4 hearts. Okay, that is a bold statement. I don't think there's any reason to suspect West has 4 hearts, right? I mean, East could have a doubleton club. Now are we really playing West for a 4-card heart suit? I don't think so. Anyway, let's see what happens. Cash the king clubs, ace of clubs, ruff a club high. Overtake a trump. We worked all of this out. Dummy's last club should be ruffed high as West discards a spade. Cool, we've figured out that East has 4 clubs and 6 diamonds. East is more likely to have been dealt 2-1-4-6 than 1-2-4-6 because North-South started with more hearts than spades. Sure, fair point. I totally understand and agree with this, and that makes sense. Regardless, not a lot of percentage being gained between taking the heart finesse or playing for the drop. But once again, glad my instincts were correct. On to D15. We open 2 spades. We get to 4 spades. And we get a trump lead. I already see the problem. Yeah, they're going to duck this trick. And now if I continue playing trumps, they might score a diamond ruff. So if I play a trump now, they might win the ace and then play a diamond, and I don't have a quick way back to my hand. So this kind of feels like I should be ducking a heart at trick 2 to cut communications. And then if they continue a second heart, I should pitch a club. That feels like the idea. So let me just think this one through again, right? I mean, if I continue a second trump and they switch to diamonds and diamonds are 3-2, we're just making it. But what risk am I taking by playing a heart, right? Like, let's say I play a heart and they switch to diamonds. I win and I play a trump now. They continue a diamond. I mean, if diamonds were 3-2, I'm still making it. Yeah, this is just like pretty clear. And now I think the only difficult thing is that we need to pitch a club here to protect against some bad, or some potential bad splits in the spade suit. Now we can win the club ace, successfully pull trumps, win the diamond switch, and then ruff back to hand to pull all of the spades. The coup without a name in space. Is that what it's called? The coup without a name in space? Or is it like colon? Coup without a name, colon, in space? So was our line of play necessary on this layout? It was. was yes, we needed to play hard at trick 2 to cut communications.